Last question. You see Biden versus Trump right now. Biden is up significantly, but
Supposedly.
so
Hillary was up significantly too, and supposedly she still lost that election. But
do you think Trump's doing enough economically and on this pandemic? Because basically he's just saying, "Oh, we'll get back the old numbers if you reelect me."
I don't know if you can really base his economy off of the pandemic right now. I mean, we shut the economy down for 3 months. It's going to destroy a economy. But I don't think they're correlated to the fact that what Trump's doing for the economy and what he's doing about the coronavirus. I don't think they're interlocked to say that, well, he's not doing enough, but then the economy's tanking. Like, you have to find the even ground in there somewhere.
Before the pandemic, was he keeping his promises to people like in Pennsylvania? Have the factories reopened? Jobs come back from Mexico, China due to NAFTA?
I think we did much better economically after Trump got in. I mean, that's my personal opinion. You can take it for what it's worth, but I think...
Have you seen factories reopening in Pennsylvania and places?
There's factories reopening. There's people like Governor Wolf. He wants to shut down the whole fracking industry and tax the hell out of them. There's 600,000 jobs based on that in Pennsylvania. Right. Biden wants to do the same thing, wants to shut it down. You're talking about taking away people's livelihood.
What about the planet, though, since fracking is really methane, worse than carbon dioxide?
They follow EPA guidelines. If you guys are concerned about the planet, then you need to talk to the EPA about that.
Well, the EPA is basically bought off by corporations, just like the rest of the country.
Bought off by the state, too. The government buys them off all the time.
But I'm saying the jobs are more important than if methane is basically warming the environment and the planet to a point of no return.
I'll just play devil's advocate right here. If you take 600,000 jobs away from people, where are they going to work? How are they putting food on their table? Are we willing to put 600,000 people out on the street?
I guess the question is, is it short-term pain that we have to worry about, or long-term climate refugees, extinction?
Long-term pain for people's families, kids that are going to go hungry, parents that aren't going to be able to get a car to drive to work. Right. So I mean, I'm all for the middle ground. Like, yeah, let's do stuff for the economy and let's do stuff for the environment. But I mean, we can't totally dismantle one and let the other one go all the way up.
So you'd be open.
You can't do it in the blink of an eye.
You'd be open if there was a transition to wind, renewable, those kind of jobs.
Yeah, there's wind turbines. I don't know, 60 miles from here. I don't have a problem with it.
And last question: what's your message to those watching that say we got to get Trump out at any cost? He's a danger to the country. He doesn't, he's racist, Islamophobic, anti-science, and basically is a threat to our American values.
I would say fact check all that. I mean, there's no proof that he's a racist. He had black people, Hispanics, whatever, working for him before he got into office. Only reason he became a racist, and he was good friends with Al Sharpton and everybody else, the only reason he became a racist because he did not conform to the Republican or Democratic Party of the time.
Well, he did say to give the death penalty to the Central Park Five, who have been exonerated, and he's never said I was wrong about that.
For what?
The Central Park Five, the 5 black men that were convicted with rape in the 1990s. Trump did a full-page ad saying they should be, put to death. It was later came out that they were innocent.
I have not heard anything about that. No.
Okay. Gotcha. And you don't worry about him, Black Lives Matter. He said some derogatory things about.
What did he say derogatory about Black Lives Matter?
He just did a tweet actually saying they were a threat to the country.
That painting Black Lives Matter in front of Trump Tower was I can't remember his exact terminology, but
a symbol of hate, I think he called it.
Well, I mean, if you go out there and say only one life matters more than everybody else's life, well then what are you doing other than systemic racism? I mean,
you think it's racist to say Black Lives Matter
no,
over?
I think it's racist to say that only Black lives matter. All right? I value everybody's life that comes down this road. But I'm not going to go out there and be like, hey, white power, like that's stupid.
Do you think the cops that have been charged in George Floyd, these other cases, should have been charged?
Yes, absolutely. To the full extent of the law. What happened with George Floyd was absolutely despicable. I mean, my prayers go out to his family, and I can't believe I even watched that. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. No, I don't think all cops are bad. I don't think all cops are good either, but I also believe that there's bad apples everywhere you turn. So it all depends which one you pick up. And somebody was there to videotape it. I do also believe that the people that were standing there should have probably stepped in and done something about it. Absolutely. Instead of just videotaping it.
And do you think the protests have been good overall, or?
I think there's been peaceful protests, and I'm all for it. I mean, but if you really want to change how your community's being run, go out and vote. Go out and vote in November. Change who's sitting in office. That's the only message I can tell you about that. But there's other communities out there, Antifa and whatnot, that are trying to twist the Black Lives Matter movement into something that it's not. I mean, I'm all for everybody having equality and everything else, but don't think that one person's life's worth more than another's.
What do you think about that? Because the FBI actually reported there was no evidence Antifa had infiltrated those protests, but the president keeps going after Antifa.
So you're telling me that Antifa hasn't been there, but it's supposed to be a Black Lives Matter protest, and you see a whole bunch of 20-year-old white kids running around smashing windows out and burning shit? I mean, there's evidence on...
You don't think white people are, just joining the black protesters in unison?
Why go out and smash and burn stuff? Why cause chaos? Why destroy your own town if they're even from that town? That makes no sense. That'd be like if somebody died out here, got killed by a cop unjustly, and I went into downtown Center Hall, and lit the convenience store on fire. For what? It's not doing anybody any good. It's not solving any problems. You're just making more of a mess.
And your name's Jim, right?
Yep.
Last name?
Button. Button.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.